So to build a self-executable jar file from Springboot project. So by default, Springboot is using either Maven or Gradle, this project management tools, to manage the project, like dependencies, like the build and the configuration. So Springboot also provide a feature that it can use Maven or Gradle to build a self-executable jar, which will wrap all the dependencies, including the embedded server, Tomcat, into one jar file, so that we can copy this big fat jar file into the servers. So we can simply use JDK or Java command to start the Springboot project, which will also start Tomcat, and it also start all the dependency injections. Everything will be in that container. So it's very convenient in terms of deployment, and especially when we use Docker, when we use all those containerization things, so tools, and it's going to save some effort in deployment and releasing. So let's see how to do that. From the Maven, from the IntelliJ, we can use this Maven integration. Okay, so there's a tab there. If you don't have it, just click on this button here. You can see it will just let you through this side panels, or you can just click on Maven here. Okay, it will show it. By default, all the artifacts and the output of the build will be under the target folder, okay, under the current project's target folder. So if we do package, for example, and it will run all the previous steps like test, compile, validate, then in the end it will tell us that the jar file is built under here. Okay, it's very simple. It's just very straightforward. Just double click on this package and we can build this. Another way, okay, is if we don't have IDE, then we need to go to the folder itself, okay, and then run Maven command, Maven, let's say clean, okay. So then this Maven clean will have the same effects, right? Basically, they are the same command to clean the folder, okay. So then it will delete the target folder here. And if we want to Maven package, okay, and then this Maven package command will do the same thing as we did just now. Just double click this package folder, okay. But the difference is this is command line way, and this command can be scripted into another server, okay. So to make it an automated process. This way is more like a manual way, so we have to double click, as a development approach, okay. So anyways, then in the end, we will have this target folder, okay, under the current folder, and under the target folder, we'll have this jar file, okay. So just like here, we'll have all the classes generated, and also we're going to have this jar file. Then this jar file is going to be the self-executable jar file, okay. So at the same time, you notice there's the original jar file, okay. So this is the original version of jar file format, which is defined by Java, okay. But this one is not self-executable. So this one is self-executable. They are almost identical in terms of the classes, but just Springboot to make this jar file executable means that now we can use java-jar and then put the jar file name here, okay, and then hit enter, and then our system, okay, is up, and you can see Tomcat is started and the Springboot is started, okay. So now it can start accepting requests. So to quit it, just Control-C, okay, so then it will jump out of and quit. Okay, so this is the self-executable jar build and execute. Okay, so also we can pass a lot of parameters or argument, okay, so from here, during the starting of this jar file, so that this argument can override the existing configuration of our project. Let's see, we hard code our username password, okay, in the application properties file. So, but when I start the jar file, I want to change the, let's say, the database URL, right? So maybe it's in a different location. Then we cannot just change the source code and build again the jar file, okay? Because maybe depends on different server. We use different database. So we just build one jar file and then use this argument to replace the URL, okay, when we start it. Okay, so that's it, very brief, thank you.